This will be the first video I've made on the Audi RS3. So my current whip is an 8V RS3 and it is sick. I'm actually really enjoying it. I've got it set up very different to all my other cars. We're going to address people coming to my property, probably trying to steal my car. We're also going to address what future mods I'm realistically likely to do to the RS3. We're going to discuss stuff like car insurance prices for an Audi 8V RS3 and much, much more. It feels pretty cool to finally be making a video of the RS3. I haven't done any car content at all on this channel. I've been intentionally sticking to MTB content. I'm just enjoying riding a lot. I'm feeling pretty passionate about the bikes. So the cars have took a back seat. However, it is a new video and the RS3 is here. And it looks insane in red. Crazy. Before we get into a million different questions about the Audi RS3, before we get into some security footage from my house, people coming to my house to potentially steal my car or my other belongings. Before we get into any of them clips, I think it's only fair that we play the sound of this 5-pot from this exhaust right now. If you know your cars, you will know that the Audi RS3 is one of the sickest noises ever. Before we go any further in today's episode, I wanted to tell everybody watching that on my brand OWNA, there is 2 live deals right now. Free t-shirt with every single hoodie, or free t-shirt with every t-shirt, so buy one get one free on t-shirts. You can combine these deals and you can mix and match these deals, so make sure you get over to the website. It's ownerofficial.com, or the link is in the description of this video. Grab yourself a free t-shirt today and get involved. Thanks for the support on the brand, it's absolutely epic. So one of the things I really like about the RS3 is right down the bottom of the rev range. I won't even take it above 2. Just at the very bottom it's super crackly because it's a 5-pot. Because it's a 2.5 litre engine with a turbo, it just sounds nuts. So as you can hear, super crackly car. This is an in-cockpit noise. So we're going to get to the interior. I'm going to show you the rest of the car. But first, let's have a listen inside the cockpit. Such a good noise. Such a good noise. Later on in this episode, we are going to get to a recent incident at my property where people came with masks on and balaclavas and tried to get into my property, which is crusty. Fuck that shit. People need to go to work and do cool shit and graft to buy stuff, not fucking steal stuff off other people. It's so scruffy. The first thing we got to talk about, and this is the first thing we got to talk about, is what happened to my Audi S3. And more importantly, what happened to the Nissan GTR? I'm a pretty busy guy with OWNA, my brand. I'm a pretty busy guy with YouTube videos, riding bikes. I've got dogs. I'm always doing stuff. Nissan GTRs are quite specialist vehicles. You've got to be pretty into tinkering with them to own one. Like, they're pretty specialist. Once they break, you've got to know the right people, you've got to know the right parts, and you've got to have a lot of money when them things break. When they break, they break. That's what I will say about a Nissan GTR. I've always been super lucky that Andy at AC Speed Tech has looked after me with the Nissan GTRs. However, yeah, it just wasn't seeming a possibility to own a GTR. It was so expensive. The daily running costs were just insane. Honestly, the attention that car was getting me was making me uncomfortable. I'm a pretty low-key guy, even though I put content out and I make videos and I post on socials a lot. When it comes to real life, I am pretty low-key, and you will know that if you've met me before. I am pretty chilled when it comes to actually in person. So the GTR I just wasn't gelling with. Probably gonna be my complete and utter final Nissan GTR, as it was my third Nissan GTR that I've ever owned. So the GTR got sold. I bought an Audi S3 as a daily, but the Audi S3 was so sick, I bagged it. It looked really cool in Sepang blue. It was just missing a bite. It was missing the grunt that this thing has. Forever and ever and ever, I've had blacked out cars. Then I bought the Sepang blue S3 and I loved it. It was sick. And then when I was looking at a new RS3 purchase, the only colours I were entertaining was bright, light, vibrant colours. And I've ended up with a really cool coloured car. This red is called Catalonia Red. It's mad. Me and my missus call this the Chili. That's what we call it, the Chili. The Audi Rs3 Chili. It's a sick, sick car. There's obviously a lot to talk about on this car. We've got interior specs, super sport seats, the steering wheels like Alcantara on the top and the bottom. It's paddle shift DSG. I think it's called S-Tronic actually, in the newer ones like this. You know what, it's a sick car. I'm using it at the moment just to lug my dogs around in, so my Frenchies are always in the back, my bike's always on the roof, and the boot's always full of stuff for the quarry like wheelbarrows and pads and spades. It's a daily. That's what this car is to me. It is a daily. So, moving on swiftly, there's a big topic that loads of people seen on my this on my IG. Some guys tried to break into my house now. I don't know whether this was for my car. I'm going to assume they were eyeing up my RS3. However, there's obviously no evidence to suggest that it was 100% for my car. But let's get into this. So, in the first clip, you'll see tried to come to my house and break in, and I'm not quite sure why. I'm going to assume that it was for the Audi Rs3 that they didn't end up going for. If you see in this video, there is a car down the side of my house. It's not the RS3. This is the Skoda that we use to tow my caravan, because we go on holiday riding bikes using the caravan. So we have a Skoda Octavia PD engine for towing a caravan. So what this guy has taken off is an extension wing mirror. I'm going to assume for an easy getaway. That's what that's for. So they come down the side of my house, they remove the wing mirror, they remove a fence at the end of my garden, which is like for the Frenchies so they don't get out. And then they decide to obviously not go for it. I think this is because all my lights were on and we were awake. Me and my missus are super nocturnal. We stay awake till all hours in the morning and then we get up pretty early. So we're not regularly in bed compared to a normal person. Like on an average night, we'll go to sleep really late and we'll get up really early. So, you know, bear that in mind. So what I think's happened is they've come down the side of my house, seen that we're awake and left. Let's cut to a clip outside the front of my house. So at the front of my house, one of them actually tries my door with his hand, tries to open my door. Another guy was looking through my front window, but my curtains were closed. And if you look, it looks like he has something in his hand that looks like a scanner to try and scan keys or a walkie-talkie, something with an electronical flash. I'll do a crop to fill on that. It just sucks. It sucks that you can't have anything nice. We've got some fuel. Listen to the potholes. Everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. In that clip. 5. Potholes every 2 fucking minutes. So, let's have a listen to this thing. This is crazy. So I'm just going to get out past this residential area where the speed limit goes a bit higher, and we're going to give it a little test run. So the obvious one is that it's gone from a two-pot. My S3 was a 4-pot and this is a 5-pot. So basically it's the difference between a 4-cylinder and a 5-cylinder, basically. Alright, let's do some driving. So the new toy is an Audi Rs3 and it's a 5-pot instead of a 4-pot S3. And it sounds sick. We're on a bit of a bumpy road though, so I'm not up to much. Fuck's sake! Seriously! Right, give me a minute till it gets a bit smoother. So I'm in manual. So on the Audi Rs3 you have the difference between drive, you have drive, sport and manual on the paddle shift. Now I'm going to drive in manual just because it sounds better. The one thing I would say is it does have drive select, this car, and drive select is being able to switch between different modes in the car. You know, sounds sick. Alright, so coming into a bit of a roundabout. It's a pretty leery car for like a hatchback. Windy. Sounds sick. You can hear the diverter valve. I don't know whether that's a blow off or a recirc on an Audi Rs3. You can hear the diverter valve up front. You can hear the exhaust. It's a loud car, to be fair. Just them DSG gear changes sound sick as well. They do sound really cool. And even just driving in pretty chilled mode. So I'll show you some downshifts. So right now we're in 3rd gear. Down into 2nd. Down into 1st. Sounds pretty cool. It's a pretty sick, stealthy, knows what it's doing type of car. So yeah, nobody likes a guy that drives like an asshole, so I'm gonna stop. You've heard it, you've seen it, it drives, it rides. Also, for those of you who are enjoying the car video, you will see I've got OWNA stickers on the front and the back window of this car. I've got a crazy deal going at the moment with car stickers. If you go to the homepage of OWNA, there's a bundle deal where you get 2 air fresheners and a car sticker completely free. So go and check it out. Pretty sick. No, wait, that sounded crazy. You get 2 air fresheners completely free with a car sticker of your choice. Not the whole thing completely free. That would be crazy. Sick colour, innit? It's actually a sick fucking colour. So, that brings us to the garage, where we've got it parked up, safe and sound. What's actually mad is, I've not put a splitter on this car, but I have scraped this front end so many times, making me think if I actually had a splitter on it, it'd be destroyed already, which is crazy. In terms of mods, I've not done any mods to this car whatsoever. It is totally unmodified. The guy that had this car before me did so many services, so many new sets of tyres to this car, and in actually buying the car, he lost like £13,000 in 12 months buying and selling to me. So the hit has been taken on the RS3, and this has been a really solid purchase on my end. It's literally cost me the exact same as my blue S3, and it's an RS3. How crazy is that? It's mad. One thing I want to do in the future is I want to do my bike racks completely black, so maybe for a future ep, I'll do my 2 bike racks with Bessonato black satin paint and get these blacked out, because obviously they're the only chrome thing on the whole car, as you can see. Looks crazy. I would like to upgrade these to carbon at some point. As you can see, they've got some chips in them on the black. There, the wheels are powder coated. One thing that's crazy about Audi RS3s is the brakes are so big. It's crazy. I'm running, what are they called again? P0s. I'm running Pirelli P0s. I think this lip that covers the rim is really handy for bike parks, because you don't get like rocks taking chunks out the very edge of your rim. A lot of you won't notice this, but they've actually got pretty wide front arches, so as you can see, they dip back into the shell on the Audi RS3. This has actually got an optional extra, which is staggered wheels, where they put wider wheels on the front. Now, I know some of you might be thinking they used to put wide wheels on the rear of a car, but actually on the RS3s they put wide wheels on the front for a more staggered approach. It just looks sick. It's a really nice car. Super Sports, looking sick. Alcantara and suede steering wheel. I've upgraded my mats for some brand new mats. And I've got that same dog thing going on in the back with perforated leather to match the diamond quilted stitch thing for the Frenchies. This stops my stuff getting damaged a little bit and just makes it a bit safer for the dogs. But yeah, it's a pretty banging car, honestly. I'm running a black chrome OWNA sticker, so in some lights it's like black, like that bit, and then in other lights it's chrome like this. On the homepage of OWNA's website, you can get 2 free air fresheners completely free with any car sticker. Make sure you tag us in your stories if you're running car stickers, and we'll share on OWNA. A little shout out in return for getting a sticker. That right there is going to be the end of today's episode, showing you the RS3. I don't know why it took me this long to do a video on it. I've just not been mad on the car content. Like I said, I've been riding more mountain bikes than cars and BMX and stuff at the moment, so that's just been my priority. However, I thought it'd be pretty cool to do an introduction to the car in case at some point we do some mods. At the moment, I am planning on keeping hold of the RS3. For the amount of cash I've got in this car, it's a really cool daily, so I'm absolutely stoked on the Audi RS3. Get involved in the comments with any ideas for future videos that you've got, and make sure you check out my brand OWNA. Right now we are doing a free t-shirt with every single hoodie, and this is our new block logo basic black hoodie. So add your free t-shirt with this hoodie. Get involved. Appreciate the support. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Peace.